Hey guys, my name is Lisa Pinelli. I'm going to be your trainer today, and we are back in lovely Orange, California at Irvine Regional Park, and we are here for episode number 4. So let's go. Let's start with a deep breath, and let's go. So a few episodes ago, we went down this path, but we're going to continue straight on today towards the hills. It is a lovely, beautiful day. It's very quiet today, actually. We're here a little later than normal. Usually we try to come a little earlier. There's a lot more hikers and bikers, but we're here midday. So maybe we will see more animal life walking around. At least the little bunnies and so on. All right. So this was the exit that we had last time on episode 1 and 2 range. We have a little path straight ahead that we are going to go down. Oh, I already see some squirrels running around in the distance. Can you guys hear all of that? You guys keep walking. I'm going to see if you guys can just pick up on the sounds of the birds. Of course, they stopped when I mentioned it. All right, we're going to continue on. All right, so this is episode number 4 of Introduction to Walking. I hear that woodpecker. He's over there. Introduction to walking. So we are just taking this nice and slow, a nice 2 to 3 on your RPE range level. Gentle walks. Our goal for this walk is just to stay vertical, just to, get your legs moving, get that blood pumping, get your body used to moving around, and have that essential activity that you need throughout your day. There's a lot of movement going on in here. It's probably those squirrel friends I saw. Little buddies, come out and play. All right, so last week we were at Mile Square Park. We didn't see any on our walk, but they have the nicest squirrels you have ever met. These squirrels will just come up to you. They will take food right out of your hands. I used to do aerial silks a lot there. So that's like Circus Soleil, long string fabric you flip around on. I used to do a lot of that there. And I used to hang it from one of the trees. And I used to have squirrels that would come down my silks as I'm up there doing my stuff. And they would just hang out with you. Squirrels are my favorite. And I love the squirrels there. They are so amazing. I sound crazy, but there's a squirrel that's been hanging out in my backyard lately, and she's pregnant. I've been watching her little belly grow, and I'm just waiting for her to pop that thing out so I can be squirrel mama baby. So Irvine Regional Park was actually the first regional park in existence for California. So this is the original. It used to actually be owned by a shepherd who sold the land to Orange County, and then he developed it into a big park for all of us to enjoy. So thank you, Mr. Irvine. Now he has allowed us to come here and stretch our legs and enjoy the outdoors. All right, so this little turnoff right over here, this is the direction that we're going to be taking. So this actually leads to a little riverbed. We are in California, so we do have constant droughts. So there may or may not be water in this riverbed, but let's go forth and see what we can find. You can tell we're getting closer to the riverbed because the terrain over here, it went from hard dirt to more of a sand texture. So it feels really good when you're walking on it. Whenever you guys get the opportunity to walk on sand, especially after long workouts, if you had a hard cardio day yesterday or, your legs are just tired and sore, you should definitely walk on some sand because the texture of the sand, it actually helps, your bones and your tendons. It helps differently than, it uses different muscles and it just kind of helps develop it. So it helps you recover and it helps build stronger bones and tendons. My nose is a little congested. So fair warning, if you hear some sniffles, I'm sorry, they will come. So we are going to go down this path. You guys keep on walking, but I just wanted to show you this. There's a little agave. You see that big asparagus type thing popping out of it? They call those century plants. And they say that that whole asparagus portion of it will grow and it only blooms once in its whole existence, and they say it's supposed to be a whole century for it to whoosh. So if you actually get to see it bloom, which it's not bloomed unfortunately, then you were very lucky. So go out and look for those. There's a pretty feather. Ooh. So we're going to come walk down the riverbed just a little bit. We got some bikers coming. Look at this cross. Somebody made a cross out of rocks. We're just going to put that feather right there. Look at that. Somebody definitely put in a lot of time to do that. So this is the riverbed in all of its glory. Unfortunately, there is no water. It's okay. It's still very pretty. Is that a rock or is that a bunny? I think it's a bunny. No, it's a rock. I'm very hopeful. There are a lot of wild bunnies that run around here. They're very cute. They're very fast. One of the recent times I've been here, sadly, I saw a little bobcat chasing after a bunny. I'm pretty sure that bunny got away though. He was quick. He was sitting there and he's bouncing around and just kind of took off to the side. So very hopeful. Very hopeful and confident that that guy got away. Since we're right here, have you guys ever seen when people will, stack the rocks up like that? Have you ever seen stuff like this? Whoosh, when you're walking around on your path? We won't believe it, but those are called cairns. Those date back to very old ancient times. It actually originated in Ireland. So they used to, even back then, they used to use it as burials. And I'm gonna get sidetracked for a second, but look at this plant and we will come back to what it is. Woo. All right, squirrel moment done. The Karens, they used to use it as burials as well as markings of the path. So a lot of people now will use it as markings for their path when they're hiking, just to kind of guide people. We're gonna turn right this way down Roadrunner Loop. But back in Scotland, way back in the day, they used to use it during war. So kind of as that burial, but also the marker for certain area. They used to have a whole saying of, I will put a stone on the cairn, on your cairn. So all of these soldiers used to put a stone in a pile before they actually left off to war. So, you know, think old crazy war, or think Lord of the Rings battle type of thing. When the soldiers would come back, whoever was left, they would take a stone back off that pile and then use those stones for placing for graves and such. But that was just kind of a way that they would do a whole celebration before the actual battles and then take their stone away to remember the people who they were lost. So it's a fun little fact about cairns. And then going back to that plant, I almost tripped and died right there right now. Going back to that plant, that is actually a castor plant. So some of you know castor oils. They get it from the plant, from the seeds. And then from the seeds, you get your oils. But the plant itself is actually very toxic. So if you consume that plant, you are not going to have a good time. Lots of nausea, some lower movements, and so forth. But it's crazy how one plant can have such devastating effects on you. But if you use it the right way, same plant, it could be amazing. So a lot of skincare, people use it actually as an oil type of thing for eating. The more you know. So we are about 9 minutes in. So we are going to go for a few more minutes. This is going to be a little longer than a 10-minute walk today. We're going to try for about 14 minutes. It's such a pretty view over here. It is so peaceful. Very peaceful. So how are you guys feeling? How are you doing? Have you been enjoying these? I am very happy that this is episode 4 and you're here. You decided to push play. You decided to do something for yourself and to come back. You're putting up with me. So whether you are walking or you are turning up the speed and you are actually running, you are using your equipment, whatever it is, thank you. Thank you for being here. There's a little bit of poopy there. Let's not step in the poopy. These horse trails, the horses leave us a lot of little presents. I'm just looking around, looking at all the different colors. Ooh, these are so prickly. All right, so this right here. Oh, there's a little ladybug. Do you see him? Do you see him? There's bees and there's ladybugs. There's a bee right over here. So these prickly little plants are very sharp, but these are actually young milk thistles. We might see a bigger one somewhere around here, but those are milk thistles. The whole plant itself is not toxic. Completely opposite of castor oil. So these plants, you can actually eat the whole plants. Obviously that one was very young, so it was very thin. So most of it was just those little prickly parts. But the roots, see, here's a larger one. But the roots are very similar to carrots, and you can eat their roots. And then the leaves over here, people eat those, and it's very similar to a spinach. And then the stems is very similar to artichoke. And then this whole top part up here gets cut off, and then there are seeds that are inside of there. And if you grind up the seeds, they look very similar to sunflower seeds. They're like a black with like a little yellowy tip. If you grind those up, it actually makes a powder that you can find in a lot of medications and so forth, but it actually helps a lot with liver. So it helps with liver, strengthening those cells, taking out toxins, as well as it can help out with regulating blood sugar. So they use it in a lot of type 2 diabetes to help regulate blood sugar. So milk thistle, that pretty little thing over there. So many benefits. Just don't get poked by the very sharp little thorns. Some of the most useful plants have the most deadly little pokey thorns. They make you work for it. I look over here and all I see is some like sounds behind me, but I look over here and all I think is Jurassic Park. That there's going to be a little wire gate and some dinosaurs on the other side. And as that's going through my head, I hear little sounds right behind me. I don't know if you guys saw it, if it was caught, but I jumped. All right, so we have gone over the time just a little bit, but it's because we're having so much fun. Aren't we? We're just having so much fun. You guys are loving it. Your legs are moving nice and gently. It's a good time. It's a good day. We are going to walk up to that tree right up there in the shade. And we will part our ways until the next week. You're almost there. Just a few more gentle steps. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it! Look at that! So amazing job, guys. So proud of you. This was episode number 4. And again, my name is Lisa Pinelli. We are here in Orange of Regional Park. And next week, I will find you here once again on a trail just over this hill.